Coachella wasn't always a $100 million cash machine. In fact, it was a financial disaster. In 1999, Coachella's first festival lost $850,000 and nearly bankrupted its creators. It was a gamble that almost killed Goldenvoice, the company behind it. So, how did a broke 2 day desert show turn into one of the most profitable and culturally dominant festivals on earth? A place where brands pay millions, influencers fight for tickets, and ticket prices top $500 without a lineup. Let's break down the wild, ruthless, money hungry rise of Coachella. Back in October 1999, Goldenvoice, a small indie promoter, took a massive risk, launching a desert musical festival at the Empire Polo Club in Indio, California. They booked huge acts like Beck and Rage Against the Machine, hoping to draw a massive crowd. And while 25,000 people showed up, it wasn't enough. The costs were brutal: staging, security, artist fees, infrastructure. By the end of the weekend, Coachella was $850,000 in the red. It was so bad, the festival skipped 2000 entirely. Golden Voice was left barely hanging on, saved only when they were bought by AEG Live in 2001. Without that deal, Coachella wouldn't exist today. But it was that brush with death that forced Coachella to get ruthless, strategic, and smart, leading to the monster business it is now. If Coachella almost died in 1999, by the mid 2000s, it learned how to bleed its fans dry before the first guitar string was even plucked. And it all starts with one thing: tickets. Let's talk numbers, and you might want to sit down for this. In 1999, a Coachella ticket cost just $50 a day. In 2024, you were paying $500 just to get through the gate. Now in 2025, brace yourself. A general admissions ticket is $550, and that's before fees, camping passes, food, drinks, or a place to sleep. Here's why it's genius and ruthless. Coachella sells out 250,000 tickets in minutes, often before dropping a single artist's name. FOMO, or fear of missing out, is the product. People aren't paying for a lineup, they're paying to say that they went. And the numbers are insane. With 250,000 tickets at $550 each, that's over $137 million in ticket revenue alone, collected months in advance. That money locks in fans, pays overhead, books artists, and guarantees a profit long before the first Instagram story goes live. It's one of the most aggressive, risk free ticketing hustles in the game, and it works every single year. Coachella isn't just a festival, it's a corporate marketing platform built for the social media era. Let's break it down against the biggest ad event on earth, the Super Bowl. In 2024, brands like American Express, YouTube, and Coca Cola invested heavily in exclusive Coachella activations. Sponsorship packages for Coachella range between $500,000 and $2 million, depending on the level of integration and exclusivity. With approximately 20 major sponsors, Coachella's estimated sponsorship revenue totals between $10 million and $40 million annually. Now let's compare that to the Super Bowl, the pinnacle of TV advertising. In 2024, Fox Corporation generated over $500 million in advertising revenue from the big game, with 30-second ad spots selling for $7 million each. Now, what about social media impressions? Coachella might not pull in as many views as the Super Bowl, but it's not far off. In 2024, Coachella had 7.5 billion social media impressions. In 2024, the Super Bowl had 8.1 billion social media impressions. So here's the punchline. While the Super Bowl generated just a bit more online buzz, 8.1 billion versus 7.5 billion impressions, brands pay 20 to 80 times more for a spot in the big game. Coachella offers a staggering social ROI per dollar, making it one of the most cost effective brand platforms on the planet for reaching young, digitally engaged audiences. Coachella is more than just a music festival. It's a cultural juggernaut that shapes trends in fashion, music, social media, and even consumer behavior. This is what we call the Coachella effect. Let's start with fashion influence. Every year, Coachella dictates what's hot in fashion. In 2024, major brands like H&M, Revolve, and Urban Outfitters launched exclusive collections to coincide with the event. generating an estimated $150 million in sales directly driven by the festival buzz. In fact, $70 million in media value was generated by influencer content alone. Coachella is the key reason why many trends seen on the grounds of the festival dominate global retail for months. Next, let's talk about the social media domination. Coachella's social media presence is unmatched. In 2024, it garnered 7.5 billion social media impressions, with more than 20 million photos and videos tagged with the hashtag Coachella. This level of engagement is unmatched by most live events, showing the festival's massive online reach and how it dominates cultural conversations. Next, let's talk about music and artist revenue. The festival has become a launchpad for emerging artists and a major revenue driver for music. Take Billie Eilish's 2024 performance. It helped drive a 20% increase in album sales, along with an additional $15 million in streaming revenue. Artists who perform at Coachella can also see a 500% increase in merchandise sales after their set. Finally, let's talk about consumer purchases. The Coachella effect doesn't just stop at social buzz and music, it directly influences what people buy. According to Eventbrite, 30% of attendees report buying products they discovered at the festival, whether it's tech gadgets, beauty products, or exclusive fashion items. Coachella fuels an estimated $50 million in purchases annually, thanks to the festival's influence on consumer behavior. On site spending at Coachella is a massive cash machine. In 2024, the average attendee spent between $250 and $500 on food, drinks, and exclusive merchandise over the weekend. With over 250,000 attendees across both weekends, that's roughly $62.5 million to $125 million in direct on-site spending alone. Exclusive limited edition merch drops often sell out within hours, with some pieces reselling online for 2 to 3 times their original price. But the money doesn't stop inside the gates. Coachella generated an estimated $600 million for the Coachella Valley economy in 2024. That includes hotel bookings, Airbnb rentals, restaurants, local shops, transportation services, and labor. The city of Indio alone pulled in over $3 million in local tax revenue from the festival, a critical boost for the area. Local hotels report near 100% occupancy, with average nightly rates spiking from $150 to $500 or more during festival weekends. In total, this one event essentially injects the GDP of a small city into the desert in 2 weekends, proving Coachella isn't just about music and influencers. It's a powerful economic engine driving millions for artists, brands, local businesses, and the region as a whole. So now we close with the question, how does Coachella actually make its money? It's a layered business model built on 3 major revenue pillars. The first pillar are ticket sales. In 2024, Coachella had 250,000 attendees, with ticket prices ranging between $500 to $1,300 for a VIP Coachella experience. Based on this pillar alone, it is estimated that Coachella grossed between $140 to $160 million. The second pillar are sponsorships. Brands like American Express, YouTube, and Coca-Cola invested heavily in exclusive activations. Sponsorship packages range between $500,000 to $2 million. With roughly 20 major sponsors, total sponsorship revenue landed between $10 to $40 million. The last pillar is on-site spending. As we covered, attendees dropped between $62.5 and $125 million on merch, food, and drinks. Limited edition merch and viral drops continue to amplify this category. Add it all up, and Coachella's total gross revenue for 2024 is estimated between $230 and $325 million. After production, talent fees, and operational costs, industry insiders estimate Coachella nets a profit margin of around 20 to 30%, meaning potentially $50 to $90 million in annual profit. Coachella isn't just a festival, it's a multi-hundred million dollar business and one of the most influential brands and cultural platforms on the planet. If you like this breakdown, make sure you hit subscribe. I dive deep into case studies like this and cover the business behind the brands. Plenty more like this coming your way.